Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves a therapy session for figuring out adulthood.
Loving each other.
I find Aaron and Bracken Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, we're going to go with, another oldie but goodie, y'all. We're going to finish this year good and strong. Chrissy and Jim Jones. I love them. Y'all don't understand. I have the biggest, first of all, girl crush on Chrissy. Low-key had a crush on Jim Jones back in the day, but now that he's older and I'm older, it would never work. So that's gone. But I still stand for Chrissy.
What is it, the mole?
I don't know if it's the mole. I don't know if it's the thick hair. I don't know if it's the attitude. I don't know if it's the way that she says things. Y'all, when she came on that preview and was like, I ain't come here to be I ain't come here to be, what she said, I ain't come here to be disrespectful and I ain't come here to be disrespected. The tone has been set.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of her. I always been like a high-key low fan of her, even when she proposed to Jim Jones at the strip club.
You gotta get it how you get it.
So just shout out to their black love. They've been together for over a decade? More than a decade, I would say.
They are the original Love and Hip Hop.
They are the original Love and Hip Hop. They're the ones who introduced us to this, I almost said scheme, this way of life, this way of love.
Mona should really think of them.
Mona do need, I mean, I think it's the reason they're back, right? I know they didn't end on, and the thing is, if you think about it, Christy was only on there maybe 2 seasons, 3, but she's so iconic.
Yes.
Iconic.
Yes.
With a K at the end.
Because she was just whipping on Kim Bella ass.
Why in the first episode, we're going to talk about this later, why in the first episode they keep flashing back with that blurry footage? What was we watching in? 1K? What was TVs in? Because what we in now? 5K?
Somewhere around that.
We was no K then. We was just 760.
No, what was that? 720p.
Or is it 1080? What is we in there?
No, probably like 460.
So they keep flashing back when Chrissy was like, I've changed. And it was like, beep. All you hear is beep, 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 beep. But I'm just a fan.
Yeah, they was in 480p.
They were in 480p. I cannot say I do not condone violence. I'm not sure if I would stick around with a nigga like Jim Jones forever. But something about Chrissy, I am a fan of. Niram, you got thoughts? I'm going to talk about her. Actually, that's my update, Love and Hip Hop. That's a part of my update. But Niram, you got anything about Chrissy and Jim Jones?
Their love. Where do you even start? I don't even know where to start.
Who is you?
Their love. They're the GOATs.
Please, not of black love, but of love and hip hop. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, of like love and hip hop, black love.
Who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 299.
Hey, oh my goodness, we're almost at 300 episodes.
Hell yeah.
Y'all, 300?
300.
Who are we? Ciao. I mean, it got bumpy towards the last quarter.
Man.
But we hung in there, y'all.
Sure
I know
did.
some of y'all was praying. We was in a lot of people's prayer box to say, we hope Niram and Nyambi comes back. Because sometimes we just don't know. But we thankful y'all hung in there for us.
Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. And follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's black with no K. What's going on?
Well, I want to go back to Love and Hip Hop.
Okay. What you got?
I am in love with Chrissy. I think I've already stated my love of her. The way she moves, the way she shows up, the way she's dressed. She just cannot do any wrong in my fashion. But can we talk about all the folks who are back? So first, Chrissy and Jim Jones. Let's get them out of there. Chrissy just taking Jim Jones out the equation. Just her being in the room. I appreciate every time Chrissy walks in the scene, the music changed to like villain music. Mona's not right for that. Y'all go watch it. Chrissy could literally be walking down the sunny street in New York and it'd be like, dun, 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 dun. The only thing that's missing is a shotgun. Pow, pow.
Oh.
What does Joe Budden be doing? I'd be like,
The
pow.
gunshots.
I'm like, why they do that to Chrissy? But what I do appreciate,
You said she come in with Godzilla music.
it'd be like burn, 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 and she just be looking, right? You know, she done got a little thicker on her, right? So she done squeezing them outfits too. So she even just come on the screen, just take up most space in a good way. First of all, I miss Chrissy energy because, you know, the Love and Hip Hop girls be beating around the bush. They be going back and forth. Well, what's that boy named Jonathan? It's always a Jonathan on every Love and Hip Hop season that be the messy back and forth. Chrissy said, I got one better for your ass.
It's the same one.
Is it just him?
That nigga
I
being
imagine
in
it's a different Jonathan.
no,
Oh,
ain't that nigga in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or
well, Jonathan
Miami?
Messi, he go back and forth. He tote the fence. He's a Libra. He got to be a Libra.
Which one
them
was
Libras tote the
Juju
fence.
in? Was it Miami?
Juju.
Yeah.
I can't stand that name. I like her, but when she like my name Juju, I'm like, girl, you're over 30.
Which ones was she in? Was
I
that
thought
Miami?
she was in
Miami.
She probably like Miami because she identify as
She
Black
was
Latina.
with Amar La Negra.
Because she's in New York and Miami.
Well, Jonathan was in Miami. Too.
Well, Jonathan being all of them, he be toting the fence.
It's because that nigga do everybody makeup.
He's not a makeup person.
I thought he was
stereotyping.
No, that nigga was a makeup artist.
I thought he was like a not a producer. What's the people who throw parties and pass out flyers?
No, that's the other dude.
What is those called?
A party promoter?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm sorry if any promoters listen to this. You know, get it how you live. That's what I thought his job was.
No.
And because Jonathan also TT back with K Michelle too. Like he just TT back and forth.
So he be in LA too.
Oh, he.
See, it's the same Jonathan.
I feel like he just be going back and forth. keep that pot. He's like he keep the gumbo from sticking. Just keep stirring the pot instead of letting it just stick and burn out or just evaporate. He keeps stirring the pot to keep the gumbo hot.
Hey, that's how you stay relevant.
What's his name? Jonathan Fernandez. Oh,
yeah.
Messy stuff. And the thing is, he say just enough not to implicate himself.
Yeah.
Just enough to keep him on the side of God's grace. But he always one syllable from saying too much.
I'm telling you, dude was a makeup artist.
And that was Jonathan's role. But Chrissy done came back and said, guess what? I don't need Jonathan's. I'm coming to places I'm not invited. I'm coming to places where I know bitches I don't fuck with is at, so I can reaffirm to them how I don't fuck with them. And I dare you to say something else.
Yeah, see? Celebrity makeup artist.
Oh, he was a celebrity? I didn't know he was a makeup artist. I thought Niram just throwing stereotypes out. They're talking about, yeah, he a makeup artist.
That nigga a makeup artist.
Niram don't watch 3 episodes of Atlanta Housewives. Now he got everybody paid.
Because look, he was featured in, he was in K Michelle, My Life. I told you that nigga be everywhere.
So he stirs the pot just enough. In 35, he better be in a Gemini.
And he appeared, this nigga been in all the Love and Hip Hop.
Look, y'all, he 35 years old in a Gemini. If he not a stereotypical Gemini, I don't know what he is. We looking at somewhat famous birthdays.
Famous birthdays.
I mean, that's a stretch.
That nigga ain't famous.
It's the famous. So I appreciate Christy for that.
He did Melania Trump hair.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think, okay, I know I'm teasing this young man, but I'm sure he had an established career. He just didn't walk on a scene in Love and Hip Hop to be like, I'm here. He wasn't just doing quick weaves in the basement. I assume Sir has some clout behind him when it comes to the makeup and hair world. I assume that. So I don't want y'all to think I'm shitting on him. I'm not. But what I was going to say, oh, Chrissy, I'm here for her energy. I'm also here for Yandy. Yandy can I tell a secret? She kind of gets on my nerves. That Chrissy Yandy thing, I honestly see both sides, but I can see what Chrissy's saying it. Yandy ain't a humble one. Like she another one who says just enough to make the crack of your ass itch. Ooh. And you can't reach it. That's what she does. So she it's just the crack of your ass itch and you can't reach it.
Oh.
That's what Yandy does. So she just does enough to piss you off that you be like, oh, bitch, any moment, I'm like, Chrissy's gonna hit her in her mouth. And I send prayers every night to Chrissy. They be like, don't hit her, girl. You got too much to lose. You $1 million lady now. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like Christy. I don't like when bitches tit-tat, like do wordplay. They be like, oh, I never meant to talk about your flirt closing. I just simply said I wasn't managing you. Well, bitch, what did the fuck that implicate? Like, what are you trying to say with that? Like all the symbols, and I don't like that either. And Yandy's very good at that. Honestly, I'm not sure how Yandy's doing any clapbacks when your man is in jail. Like, wouldn't that always be the clapback? Like, anytime Yandy was talking to cut her off, I'm like, girl, do you hear that? And she's like, what do you hear? It must be your man calling Colette from fucking prison. You better get the fuck out my way. Like, that would be my constant clapback. What is that? Colette. What is that phone ringing? You better get out of here, girl.
That ain't right now.
I don't give a fuck. She talking about, oh, we talking about right now? That's too low of a blow?
You gonna talk about that man while he in jail?
Yes. Talking about my house foreclosing and you not managing? Yes. You know, I think it's off limit. Only thing off limit is the children. Anything else in the purview is on limits. What? No. So every time I would hit her with that, like, girl, I gotta let you go because you need to go talk to him. Be calm. But what else is going on? Who else is playing on Love and Hip Hop New York? I can't even think of the other ones. Erica Mena and Safari.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. I go back and forth. Like, I kind of believe them. Like, a scene, I'm like, oh, I believe that. And then other scenes, I'm like, wow, they done created a whole baby for a storyline.
Nah.
You think it's real?
Yep. I think it's real.
Why?
Because you know how that Jamaican food be.
What? I will say Safari has been looking for love for a while.
You know, Safari, ever since Nicki Minaj did him dirty.
Oh, I forgot he began with Nicki.
All Safari want to be is in love with some woman.
And with a baby.
With a baby.
I will say that. So, and I don't see how nobody else sees that.
That's all he wants.
But what Erica Mena want? She another mastermind manipulator. Well, she here for a check.
She, Eskimo brothers and sisters with Joe Budden.
Because I knew it was something when they went down all the niggas and bitches she been with. I said, damn, she done started careers. Erica Mena changed lives.
She does.
Oh, Sin. Ridiculous ass. What about Joe Budden and Sin? I don't know what they playing with the Lord too. Because I don't know if they pretended or not.
I think
they run a kid in the world too pretending. So I don't know.
I think they might be back together.
Because I guess you could co-parent, right, with the baby. Mm-hmm. This is not 1950. You don't got to be married to be together. You can be great co-parents and not love each other. I'm not here for none of them. And Joe Budden denying he cheated, and she explicitly saying cheating. What did he say? He said something that I hit that nigga in his throat. I don't like when men, that's gaslight. I don't like when men try to gaslight. To be like, what are you talking about? You simply took my phone and you didn't let me explain. Well, nigga, you got big booty bitches in here. What is there to explain? Who else on Love and Hip Hop that I'm here for? I can't even think of the other people.
Who else is there? You got Kimbella. You got Yandy.
Kimbella really don't. Kimbella always just be in the midst. She another one man in jail, so I understand she got to collect her checks. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
You got Richie D.
Oldie but goodie. Richie D growing on me. He used to come off real slimy.
What changed? Because that nigga still got the same.
I'm not sure. I think he turned 40. And he was like, listen, Mona, who do I need? What studio do I need to go to?
Oh, like Rem and Pap?
Oh, that's me snoring.
Black Love.
You don't think Remy and Papoose is boring? Papoose do speak a lot of knowledge. I am more entertained by Papoose than Remy Ma. Because Remy Ma cannot be crying in the studio like she's the first single mom on earth. I'm supposed to change the baby and rap? Yes. I'm supposed to change the baby, rap, and be a wife?
Yes.
And write a song? Mm-hmm. And travel? While I'm in an all Fendi outfit? We'll trade in the outfit and get a nanny.
They said Olivia coming back?
Not interested in that storyline. But I am interested in Pat because I appreciate Pat because he got, who was it, Joe Budden together. And was like, you need to grow the fuck up. Stop acting like a bitch. The world is no longer about you. So I do appreciate Pat for that. But Remy, I don't know. And then she get to talking that baby voice. Did she get to, we couldn't be friends. I'm like, sis, I'm not sure what's happening. Are you sad or?
K Michelle gonna be in Love and Hip Hop New York.
She gonna be in all of them.
No, they ain't K Michelle.
Who else on Love and Hip Hop New York? Is it
Tahiri.
Everybody? Tahiri, not really interested in her.
You got Sin.
Tim and Joe, maybe.
Remy Ma.
That's it.
Juju, also starring.
Oh, I'm looking at the past thing. Remember you had Felicia Snoop?
Yes.
From the Bring Her Back. She'd be like, Snoop. I'm Snoop. And she'd be like, what the niggas? Bring her back. I need to go through all the old cast and tell them who to bring back. But Love and Hip Hop, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Other check-ins, the holidays, just not feeling them. Like, I feel like a shift is happening. And usually I'm a stand for all of Christmas and decorating and traditions. Honestly, I could just be in my bed in quiet meditation and prayer and then wake up and be done. So I need to process a little bit where that's coming from. Why is that way? Anybody else feel the same? Like, And it's no negative. Like, it's almost like no negative, but the energy it takes to prepare and go through the holidays. I don't see how some of y'all moms do it. And then the outcome that you get, which is usually not much, it's almost too much to bear. Where I was like, oh, we should just been a whole day. Like, I keep looking at the Christmas tree and plugging it up because I'm like, who the fuck is going to take that down?
I told you what I'm doing. I'm throwing it over the balcony.
And I'm like, no one wants to play any of that. Where I'm thinking if I didn't have nothing up, I could just change the couch pillows on my couches and be ready for a new season. Yeah. Is anybody else not feeling the holiday season? It might be just a 2019 thing. Hopefully it's not a 2020 thing. But I've just been unimpressed with all the holidays. Like, I almost want to do the reverse. And all the holidays I'll work or be the on-call girl. And then I want to take off when people back to work. Mm. So I want to be inverse. So Labor Day, I don't got to be off Labor Day weekend. I want to be off the weekend after. Or the weekend before. Like, I just want to be inverse of all the holidays. Mm-hmm. What you think about that, Nero?
Tis the season. You know, it's the season where people, you know, just go through a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess. And then lastly, y'all listen to this. We're on the second day of Kwanzaa this Friday. So y'all know Kwanzaa began December 26th. So, you know, did y'all read Dr. Karenge's message?
Did you?
Half of it.
Oh. It's
only a few pages. It's about a 3-4 pages read. But he is going to be dense. His reading he is a scholar and he uses his the source. But the title of what's it called? The Founder's Message, which is from Dr. Karenge, is Living the 7 Principles, All Seasons, Celebration, and Practice of the Good. So I'm going to read through all of that and maybe get back to y'all maybe Monday, later in the week to just unpack what we're thinking about for Kwanzaa, my takeaways from his annual Founder's Message, and, you know, just getting back to basics. But it is something to that, how we live in Kwanzaa and the 7 principles, basically throughout the entire year. So how do we break out of when it's the 7 days, really focusing on it, to how do we make it a part of our daily practice? And something that I've been thinking about Kwanzaa is, for each of the days, instead of just focus on doing something that day, figuring out, like what the message says, what could I be doing something year round or something that has more impact throughout the year? So taking that day to plan to see what it would look like. Does that make sense, Nero? Mm-hmm. So I've been thinking about it. But as y'all listening, Nero, you want to say all the 7 principles, all the days, just so folks know?
Ooh, I'm rusty.
Well, you better get it. So the first day, which was the 26th.
Is Umoja.
Which means?
Unity. Mm-hmm. Unity.
Today is
Kujichagulia.
Oh, say it again.
Kujichagulia.
Which is?
Self-determination.
Mm-hmm. Then you got
Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. Mm-hmm. Ujama, which is cooperative economics.
We need to put an asterisk by that. That should have just been the name of the Founder's Message.
You got Nia. What up, Nia? That's purpose. You got Kumba, that's creativity. And Mani, which is faith.
Yes. So stay tuned for Monday. We'll unpack with y'all what we've been doing and what we're thinking about and reading the message. And y'all read the message too and send us emails of how are you unpacking this or how are you living the 7 Kwanzaa principles throughout the entire year. All righty. That's all the check-in I got. Niram, what's going on with you? You talking about that Manhattan or Watchmen?
Nah, I'm not going to talk about that.
What?
What I'm going to talk about?
Y'all, I watched The Watchmen and I seen Mr. Manhattan. All of them.
Surprise, you ain't talk about it.
I did. I want to still. Y'all, Lord, our episode on Monday going to be crowded.
Spoiler alert.
Y'all get to watching Dr. Manhattan or at least go on Twitter. And follow the thread. I'll talk about it more on Monday.
Go
ahead.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it.
Why?
Why the hell they got that big ass blue dick out there?
They were blue black. What they got up there?
Blue ass dick.
And they wrong. It's a white Dr. Manhattan
and it's a black one.
And they not the same.
It's like, what the hell is this? You got me watching.
All I gotta say is thank you, Regina.
Oh, okay.
Regina played the shit out of that.
She did.
I hope they got a second season, but I also understand if they don't because it's brilliant and it's packaged beautifully. Y'all go watch The Watchmen. I know it's the reason for the season. I know my Team Jesus for Christ people, we don't be liking sci-fi and time travel and dimensions, but hang on in there. Just watch that first episode. Y'all gonna be hooked. We'll talk about it Monday though.
So I'm just gonna read a message from Sir Jeffrey.
What Sir Jeffrey say? Don't you be talking about my brother. He can't do no harm in my eyes. Do I got a cake for him?
He sent me a DM and said, Niram, you need to go on a fast.
That's love. Ooh, that's black love.
No, wait.
That's
wait
black
for it.
brotherly love.
Wait for
he
it.
Said, take your ass on the fast.
And
yeah,
get some sea moss.
You know what?
The
I've heard
fuck is
great
damn
things.
sea moss?
I've heard great things about. You know, that's what Dr. E.B. and them be doing because it's about making your body alkaline because we so acidic. You know what? Dr. Sir Jeffrey.
Dr. Sir Jeffrey.
Dr. Sir Jeffrey. Give me more tips. How long this fast?
Sir Jeffrey said he gonna send me something to the P.O. box, but he never asked for the P.O. box. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Won't you text it? Tell him Naomi said this the P.O. box.
So I'm saying, what the fuck is sea moss, nigga?
I've heard of sea moss though. That's Dr. Sebi.
Sebi. Yeah.
Sebi is big on sea moss. I did a little research on it. Then of course I'm like a squirrel. I mean, I'm like a puppy. I got distracted. But I have heard more than a few people talk about the benefits of sea moss, especially for men.
Well, he gonna say with all my GI issues I was having, I need to go on a fast and start a good journal to see what's messing with my body.
Oh, come on, you better.
Sir Jeffrey said he a beginning herbalist.
Sir Jeffrey, why are you?
And work at an appointment and work at a black-owned herb store.
Tell Sir Jeffrey what is his rate. I'll pay half of that.
On the weekend, healing new nigga conditions every week.
Can you tell Sir Jeffrey that Nyambi would pay half of his rate for a 30-minute video chat?
He listening. Why don't you just tell him?
Sir Jeffrey, I pay half of your rate. It's just like a nigga. No, this is Kwanzaa. What is it? Cooperative economics. Sir Jeffrey, what's your rates? Because you know what? You speaking to me. I've heard a lot about the sea moss, and honestly, it is time for me to do kind of a vitamin re-up. And the thing is, I take vitamins, and maybe I could tell you the vitamins.
You ain't took a damn vitamin.
It's been a while, but I have a list of them I like to take.
Tell me you take vitamins.
And maybe you can help me process through some of that. Or at least point me in the direction of some reputable brands, right? Because that's the other thing. All vitamins aren't created equally either. So even talking to a herbalist, like nobody tell you got to take chicken root and dragon's blood, but they can at least point you to the direction of really reputable, like small batch doses that have different vitamins and supplements. That makes sense? So I think that alone would be helpful. Sir Jeffrey, if you listening.
I just sent them DMs that we talking about you on the podcast right now.
Have y'all heard of sea moss? I have heard.
I ain't heard no damn sea moss.
But you got to be careful of what you want to get because you can get it in a capsule form or like the powdered form and put it like in smoothies and stuff.
Oh,
see?
Let's see. The fuck is a damn sea moss?
It come from the sea. It is literally.
Well, shit, with all the plastic and shit in the sea, I don't know if I want it.
That's why you can't get it from everybody. That's where you got to be careful, honey, because they've been and got it from New York.
What the hell?
But you don't just eat it. You don't have to eat it in that form. You can powder it and stuff.
Oh, can you just
like salt? It look a little like seaweed.
It do.
And I won't get anything with Irish in it.
It look like what's those crinkly potato onions?
Chips.
You know those
little fried
onions.
onions.
You know, crinkle onions they put on like
that's
a
why your
hot
stomach
dog.
hurt now.
That's what it looked like.
But no, Sir Jeffrey's right. If Sir Jeffrey's an herbalist, maybe we need to have him on the podcast so he can give us some herbs. You know, I believe in a maca root. It's certain things I do believe in. I believe in a melatonin. I believe in a valerian root. I believe in all of that.
Valerian.
I believe in a valerian root. I believe in a primrose oil, ladies. I believe in all of that.
And so Sir Jeffrey said I need to get some sea moss and I need to go on a fast.
Tell us more about the fast.
He can tell me more. I'm
telling Sir Jeffrey so he hear me now.
Oh, okay.
That'd be, honestly, I keep telling Niram he should really do a fast. And the reason why, y'all, is because he's so anti-fast. Like, I just think the motions in the emotional, spiritual, and physical roller coaster that Niram will go on for a fast will be life-altering for him. And he's not going to do it. I really think it would be life-altering.
What you mean? As much as I run and be physically active.
Well, we're not telling you to run a marathon on a fast, but while you're fasting, you're supposed to like journal, think about the thoughts you're coming up, like when you get these cravings, when you get anxious, like really try to unpack where is that coming from. Like you just don't fast, like you want some basic bitch type shit. You're not just fasting to lose 10 pounds, right? It's fasting for clarity. That's what it's supposed to be for. Okay, I'm just letting you know. I ain't nobody. You don't got to do what I do. I'm just telling you what I know. And you continue on your route.
Okay.
Me and Mabel are regular.
Because Mabel regular because he eat sweet potatoes.
And peanuts daily. What else going on with you? Okay, so you're gonna do the sea mouse, so we're gonna follow up with that with Sir Jeffrey.
I just gave him the PO box.
Or tell us a reputable brand, Sir Jeffrey. Go ahead. What else?
Well, if it's from no nature, it should be no reputable brand.
Anything the colonizers get a hold to,
his
they will add baking soda and cut it. Okay. So don't act like you don't know this story.
His ass must be getting it from Jamaica or somewhere.
Do not just type in sea moss and get the first white face you see. They will cut it.
Jamaican sea moss.
I don't think it's called Jamaican sea moss.
Oh.
It's sea moss. You're adding something to it.
See, Jamaican Irish sea moss.
Jamaican and Irish go in the same sentence.
Yeah, because sometimes Jamaicans sound a little Irish to me.
What?
Yes. They do.
No. Do you think Jamaican accents
sometimes sound a little Irish? To me.
Have an Irish.
Yeah, a little Irish.
Influence.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, I'm telling you what I hear. Shit.
Okay. What else is going on there?
Other than that, just Christmas, the holidays as usual. Going through my normal depression and anxiety when it comes to the holidays. So I'm just trying to work through that, and just work through that, y'all. Y'all keep us on the up and up because I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's just falling to pieces. I'm just trying to get to the new year.
What do you mean you're falling to pieces?
I'm just trying to get to the new year.
What are you falling to pieces about?
Holidays. Well, not even holidays. Like Christmas, birthday,
Don't
New
talk
Year.
about none getting stolen.
Christmas, birthday, and New Year just really don't. It's just one of those days where I don't know. My vitamin D is low. I don't know what it is. But
you talked to your therapist?
Yes, I've talked to my therapist.
I'm just confirming. I don't want to assume.
I talked to her. That's why we got a Christmas tree, because she told me to live my life like a white man.
When's the last time you talked to her? Did you talk with her yesterday?
No.
Oh, you don't have no appointments?
I don't got nothing to the New Year's. Her ass on vacation.
Sheesh. Like New Year's next week or New Year's January 6th?
January. Let me see what my appointment is. I think it's like January 6th. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
To get talk space or talk therapy.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with no healing.
Me either. You better get connected to the source.
I think it's January 9th, actually.
Oh my God. Oh, you better stay connected to the source. Do you have a notepad? Are you writing down things? Mm-mm. Oh, so when you get to January 6th, you're not even gonna remember this. We're just gonna repeat the cycle now.
I'm gonna say you need to listen to the podcast.
Did she? Oh my God, you told me we have podcasts.
Yeah. I don't think she listened though. If she do, she need to let me know.
Why?
Shit, so we can talk about it.
What?
Therapy.
I mean, I think her listening to that podcast would give a different insight or a different side of you to help her further.
Yeah, why you say that?
What do you mean?
Why you say that?
You don't think I'm not sure how you show up in therapy. We haven't been in therapy in a while. I think we're gonna go back to couples therapy this year, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So y'all stay tuned for that. We're gonna do couples therapy in 2020. We need to get back to that. But I do think you show up differently than on the podcast compared to I imagine what I've seen you in therapy sessions. Especially if the therapist isn't pushing. Niram, you ask Niram a question, he'll be like, I don't know. And they'll be like, well, think about it. Mm-hmm. And like some therapists will just let that shit slide. But with Niram, you got to be like, okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to think about it. And then whatever comes to the top of your head. Or another thing Niram does to deflect is if it's something he don't want to talk about, he'll just hit you with some real nigga trauma that I think makes the therapist be like, oh, okay, let's rewind and unpack that. When in actuality, Niram has already unpacked that.
What
and he's deflecting from the shit you really
trauma.
Just nigga trauma things. The Christmas thing. Niram.
Those niggas broke in my house.
What did I call it? What did I call it?
And took my shit.
Listen, but what did I call it? I am not demeaning.
And it still hurts.
I'm not demeaning nigga trauma.
Yeah, you are.
Trauma is trauma.
Yeah,
but
you are.
There are levels to the trauma game, and there is levels to the healing of the trauma. I would argue some of that trauma has been healed.
You don't know.
And Niram just know it's a good. What's a card you pull for a good spades? Is a good ace of spades to pull out to distract niggas. And he knows that.
I don't know.
But with Nyambi, that don't do nothing for me. I'm like, yes, let's hear about it. Oh, okay. Now back to what I asked, because I know you thought I forgot.
Niggas stole my shit.
I understand. And even all your friends know. All your friends know to the point where they even begin. You begin the story. People be like, know where this is going. Because you rather talk about that because it's a nigga trauma you process and can unpack and talk about compared to some of the new nigga traumas you have.
They stole my shit.
Yep. And that's what I just think. And that's why sometimes I think you don't even like couples therapy. Because I would name it something like that. And honestly, sometimes it makes a therapist uncomfortable when I say things like that.
Nigga trauma.
Even if they're white. The white people are like, oh my God. And I dare them to tell me not to say nigga.
How you gonna minimize my trauma?
It's not minimizing it.
It is.
It's just categorizing it. There's a difference. I'm not taking any power from it, but we know this category. We've all healed from certain traumas. And there's certain traumas we won't even touch with a stick. And I just want to get to the ones we won't touch with a stick in therapy instead of the ones we've already processed in therapy.
Have you healed from mint and fish?
Nope. I'm on the up and up. But every once in a while I have a flashback. What else is going on here? Can we talk about, also, did you see the Breakfast Club had Brother Nori on the Nation of Islam on?
Oh, yeah.
I watched the interview. Mm-hmm. I'm a little interested in him.
I don't know if that was the same guy that was on Joe Budden podcast.
Nation of Islam said they got the same core values. No matter who you talk to, you getting the same thing. So do it matter?
Oh.
I'm just repeating what they told me.
Oh, okay.
That's how tight they is.
Hey.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were talking about that on the podcast too. How, black people love to say we're not a monolith, but that's until we get along and we be like, listen, niggas, we need to be on the same page.
We're a monolith.
The National Islam would say, oh, we are a monolith. Next question. There's power in that. We're blacks. I'm not a monolith. In front of the whites, we can say it, but I agree. When we have secret black meetings, even when I have secret black meetings at work, I'm like, listen, what is the consensus? Are you on board? What's your thoughts on that? Is black not a monolith a myth? Is that truly beneficial to our people for us not to be a monolith? And I get it where they're saying like stereotyping us and we're not the same, but I'm talking about with core values. Don't fuck with the black community. Stop killing us. We want to be economically stable and create generational wealth. Like, can we be monolithic on core values as a black community like many other communities are?
I would love to.
But we not a monolith. Mm. Some of us don't care. Because of nigga traumas.
Look.
I'm just telling y'all what I see.
I would love for blacks to be monolith on that type of stuff.
Is that the theme for 2020? That's my Kwanzaa takeaway.
Being a black monolith.
Dr. Craig, my takeaway is that niggas should be monoliths.
I thought you were going to say Umar Johnson.
Oh. Y'all keep him relevant. Y'all keep Umar relevant. But I'm interested in this Nori character. And before I read him or anything, I want to read some more of his works. He has 2 books. Mm-hmm. He was talking about marriage and relationships, and that's something that stood out to me. He has a book called Before You Say I Do and then After You Say I Do. Like these core principles and values of what a functioning relationship is. Because what he's saying is folks in the black community, because of all our nigga traumas. Is that what we named the episode? No, let's not do that. That we don't know how to function in relationships. Mm. So he said he was getting tired of having all these one-off sessions, like I guess training these kids up right, that he put the tips and tricks in the book. And he said folks who are able to follow the book, they've been having successful relationships. So I'm just curious what he got to say. And the only thing that got me curious is because he was talking about, he really got frustrated in this because so many men, his peers, who was in the fight for activism or like leadership of the Nation of Islam, was like thriving in that area, but was seriously struggling in their home life. Mm-hmm. And he was like, why is this the reoccurring thing? Like, what is going on? And, he was, summed it down to say that a man who goes out and fights consistently, like against the man and the people and the system and for power and at work, whatever fighting means to you, the biggest pet peeve or the most disappointing thing is then to have to come home and fight another war with his woman or partner, correct? Mm-hmm. But what I appreciated, because at first, as soon as he said, I rolled my fucking eyes. But on the flip side, I appreciated that he then said, for the women who are out there fighting their battles at work, the man, whoever it may be, what what is most disappointing to them is when they come home and they are faced with a man who didn't go to war at all. I said, God, that ain't go to y'all soul. When he said the man was most disheartening to him is that if he had been fighting the war all day against the man to come home and then fight with his own woman or man. Mm-hmm. But for women, if she been fighting the war all day, then she come home to see her partner didn't even fight in a war. That's what pisses her off. And knowing even those two different trains of thoughts and what you're looking for, like even knowing that that's not in line, you could be having a battle of something you don't even know what you're having a battle over. Mm. So when he said something to me, I'm still processing and unpacking it, but it sparked something. I said, this nigga here got something.
Don't you disrespect brother.
Wait a minute now. Wait. What he gonna call on? Hear me? I hope they got bigger fish to fry than Nyambi, and I'll gladly redirect them to them fish. If they gonna call on here, don't y'all? And then y'all in national life, don't you call on my phone? Don't you call? I don't have time.
508-784-1111.
Don't y'all call up on here talking about Sister Nyambi.
508-784.
Don't you love? Don't y'all call on that shit.
1111.
I ain't gonna. You gonna get the dial tone. It's gonna be like in the middle of it. But I do think I'm gonna support that brother, and I'm gonna get his book. I'm gonna just see what he's saying. I hope I can get through past the first chapter, and hope it's not too problematic. But when he said that, I had to give props where props are due. And as a brown woman, as a woman in corporate America, that is facts. Mm-hmm. It ain't nothing worse than working all day, and then you come home and you be with somebody. I talk to girlfriends, and you be like, "What you do today?" And you be like, "Nothing." You be like, "Oh, nigga, I done fought a whole war. What you mean you ain't did nothing? What? Soldier boy, Future." What'd he say?
Drake.
And that's when we get to bickering. And then that's when the man be like, I done did my little piece of something, now I'm arguing with you. Y'all go look him up. I think it's called Muhammad. I don't know, I was thinking about his last name.
You thought his last name was X?
I don't know what I was going to call that man. But y'all check in Nori Muhammad. He was on the Breakfast Club, and he got a book talking about before marriage and after I say I do. I'm going to read them and see what they say. Anything else, Miriams?
Drake. What's going on with this impeachment?
What you want me to say? Do y'all know how impeachments work? So he been impeached. It's about a House of the Senate. I done got all my facts wrong.
Look.
And so he done got the vote.
Oh, shit. Reddit got a chart. Do you Reddit or BuzzFeed?
I know. Now we're at the point where, Mitch McConnell got to figure out what the trial looked like. Y'all, we at the trial. So in the books, President Trump has been impeached. Mm-hmm. But what does that mean in action? It's going to depend on how this trial go. And Mueller and all his peers, it'd be like they get to choose the rules and what can stay out and what can't stay out, basically. And then like you present all the evidence, and then them niggas get to vote on it, and it has to be what 60%, if not more, that vote. So all the Democrats and a third of the Republicans, have to vote in favor of the impeachment to get him removed from office, which is not going to happen because, as you've seen, not one bald-headed scallywag Republican voted in is it the House? Am I getting these right? In the House. To impeach his ass to even get to this point. And I don't know who's this alleged scallywag who lived in Hawaii who's also running for president who didn't even vote yay or nay. The bitch just said, I'm here.
President. Because she voted.
No, you're not. You're not president.
So
I got more respect for the Democrats who voted for not again. Like, let me know where you stand. Mm-hmm. Stand in your shit. But what you mean present? For what? You are not a president. Go ahead, Nara.
Roy Wood Jr. has this profound tweet.
Not Roy Woods Jr.
Yes.
Not the king of prank calls.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What do you got to say?
Because somebody asked him, can somebody explain this impeachment stuff to me? I'm not quite sure how this works. And he says, in this instance, impeachment is you and your homegirl having all the evidence that your man is cheating, but to break up with him, you got to convince the jury of his frat brothers who was cheating with him that your man is a cheater.
Oh, that's like Marsal and them from Love and Hip Hop Huntsville.
And I was like, damn, this nigga got a point.
Yeah.
It's you and your homegirl having all this damn evidence that this nigga doing dirt.
Yep.
But you can't break up
That's
with
what
his
Joe Budden
ass.
did sin.
You can't break up with his ass because you got to convince his homeboys, who are also doing dirt,
Yep.
that he was doing dirt.
Yep.
Not gonna happen.
So, but either way, this kind of ends in a shit show. So even if he goes to this stuff, he's not impeached. He just stays in office. I think he gonna use it to his advantage, right? To be like, they tried to get me impeached, but they nobody. You know, he's gonna flip it his way. Then the flip side, if you go there and say the majority, like there's a majority in the Senate or whatever it is, and they get him out of there. Only way that's gonna happen is if it's an anonymous vote. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. Then fucking Pence is the president. I'm whispering that. Y'all trust Pence?
So I'm looking.
Then Pence, get the fuck out of here. You know the damage he did in Indiana? Y'all trust Pence to be the fucking president?
Yes.
Over Trump.
And you know, Pence,
I'm like Mama Joy. I think Pence had this from the beginning.
and Pence just been laying low.
Pence has been so under the radar. He must pray every night for this man to be removed from office so he can be finally coming to president.
So they still, damn, what's the old girl name who holding
Nancy.
on to Nancy Pelosi holding on to those articles of
She haven't
preachments?
brought up.
No.
Because the Democrats also have to be smart to say how much is this going to help or hinder this next presidential election. Honestly, I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck about impeachment. He just does not need to be the president next year. Or, next year when we go vote again. I'm more concerned about that. And how is his people going to flip this
Who's the chief?
if you go through trial?
Who's the chief of justice?
I don't know. They've removed so many people. Because this is what our second one?
Yeah.
Second, third chief. I can't keep up. One of his friends. They're like, Nia. Look, what? We going to dinner. So it looked like he got a memo.
And so,
Can I read it?
so 2/3 of the, not even the majority, 2/3 of it.
That's a lot.
That's not even, that's more than half.
Yep. So,
Have to convince.
and I'm already worried about Hawaii lady because she said she just present and the two that voted. So we don't have the entire Democratic Party on board compared to the Republican Party. The entire Republican Party was on board talking about not guilty. What the way is up? I ain't seen nothing. Who's talking about who said that? That it was a whole Republican Party did. Who said that?
Who said that? This is crazy.
Yeah.
Are we living in like the Twilight Zone?
I'm say like, the last days, honey. Get
I'm
right
like,
with your God.
I'm like that blue man.
What blue?
On
You
Watchmen.
you Dr. Manhattan. And which one? The white or black one?
Dr. Black one.
Okay.
Stupid. Where he like, I'm living all of it. He's like, I experienced time different from y'all. I'm experiencing all
at once.
All at once.
It's not where are you, is when are you.
Yes.
It's not where I am, it's when am I.
When am I?
Child, can someone be in 2022 and see how we looking as an American state? Is anybody into all the Dr. Manhattans out there? What is 2022 looking like? Or what is it, January 20th, 2021? Can y'all give us a heads up?
I need to go talk to that white guy that I met at the Young Professionals lunch.
Yeah.
And ask him more about this Tesseract that he building.
I got my money on Dr. Manhattan, not the Tesseract.
I got my money on the Tesseract.
We're hooded justice when you need them. And Sister Night. Some shit is going down. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's just interesting shit.
It's more than interesting, honey.
The thing is, because I remember when Clinton got impeached. Like, I remember that being all over TV and things of that sort.
Yeah.
And, like, it was...
That made that look like small potatoes. If I can go back, I'm sure a lot of them Democrats wish they can go back and be like, present. He shouldn't even been impeached. If he's getting... Clinton should not... I don't know if it's appropriate for him to be impeached because he was being a fuck nigga. Mm-hmm. Like, we save impeachment for, like, threatening the safety of the American people, not getting your dick sucked. But that's just me. And I know now, and I'm sure all the generations beyond us know, so don't worry about it. Should Hillary still get that ass? Absolutely. Can ratings for his approval go down? Yeah, but impeachment, no. I don't think Bill Clinton deserved to be impeached. Now that I've seen all this unpacked, no. We should just be at Nixon and this one coming up.
When does the Democrat nomination, what is it, caucus?
Soon. You know I've been disconnected. When they came in and had 43 participants, I said, let me know when y'all down to 5.
Oh, shit. Oh, February 3rd is Iowa's caucus day.
Yeah. All that stuff's coming. Didn't we start getting stuff in the mail for it?
Yeah, we just got our election stuff.
Yeah. Now I can start paying attention. It was way too many to start with the Democrats. They knew what they were doing. There's way too many of them. Like, I don't know what the Hunger Games was going on, but I'm seeing who the last 5 standing. Mm-hmm. And they keep talking about Pete, this Mayor Pete.
Yeah.
What about Tom?
He's not even on the thing.
I'm so sad. I love Tom.
What do you like about him other than him
everything.
Other than he a billionaire?
He's just fucking transparent. I see how the MAGAs feel about Trump.
Other than his ass being a billionaire.
He's rich. He said, I was able to be rich and not be racist.
He said, I'm richer than Donald Trump.
I'm rich. I'm not racist. I'm not homophobic. And I'm not, what's it called? When you scared of women. What's it called? The fear of women.
It's the fear of women.
What is it called?
Misogynist?
No,
I don't know
what I'm thinking about. I forgot. I forgot the word.
Look, fear of women.
Oh, I just made that definition. It's not what it's really called, Nero, but that's how I take it.
Oh, genophobia.
No.
Gynophobia.
No, Nero. It's another word we use. It's basically what's it called? I lost the word.
Oh, well, there's an actual thing, the abnormal fear of women.
That's how sexist.
Genophobia.
No, they're sexist. They have a fear of women.
Oh.
Anyway. Well, we'll keep you up to date. I will be voting. I will be moving forward. I can't wait till we know who the candidate is, honestly. Mm-hmm. I've never been so sure about something in my life that I'm voting for the Democratic nominee. Oh. So sure in my life. You
sure?
So sure.
Dr. Umar said we shouldn't be tied to it.
Oh, what is the... what? Here we go.
Dr. Umar said we should form... We should form a union.
Oh.
Not even a party.
In the next 60 days?
Yes, we should form a union.
Not this cycle. He could talk to me in 4 years. But this cycle, one thing for certain, two for sure. We got to get Trump out of office.
He said we should form a union,
even if it's old, problematic Joe Biden. And y'all blacks, get over it. I don't want to hear nothing else. Trump cannot be president. I don't want to hear it. I know how y'all feel about Joe, but if he win, just do absentee.
The latest poll said Mayor Pete is in the lead.
Who the fuck is Mayor Pete?
Is he the gay one?
What?
I think Mayor Pete gay.
First of all, I don't care who he's fucking, but what does he stand for? Like, who is he? Where's he from?
Indiana.
Oh, he got a nice pedigree here, honey. He went to St. Joe High School and went to Harvard University. He's American. He's 30. Oh, he's young. 37?
Yeah.
Chad, that's like some of my friends being pregnant. Can you imagine Naomi going up there? What the JFK is happening? Meanwhile, did you see how they tried to get Elizabeth Warren talking about you ready to be the oldest president? I was like, she looked better than half of them. That'd be a blessing.
And then she also hit him with, I'm also the youngest woman president.
I was gonna say, bitch, that was a low blow.
I ain't know Lizzie was 70.
Lizzie looked good. What moisturizer is she using?
Oil of Olay.
How old is Bernie? I thought Bernie was at least 78.
No, that's that hair. You should just go ahead and cut it.
Oh, he is 78. I told you. What did he ask Lizzie? What did he say she's the oldest? What is it from that state? It's something he said she was the oldest of. And she was like, bitch, she 5'8". Oh, she's statuesque. Go to Bernie. What's his stats? This is fun. It's like a dating profiles.
He's
6 feet tall? Okay. Yep. Let's see with Joe. What's Uncle Joe's stats?
That nigga like 6'4".
Oh, even better. He's 6 feet tall. He's 77.
Why the fuck we keep getting these old ass people? How old is it, Andrew Yang?
Andrew Yang.
44.
Almost said something. Well, he look good. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. There go Tom. Tom looking good at 62.
Net worth 1.66
billion. I need to see if his campaign hiring. I just need to be on Tom Cruise. Let's see what Beto is. He gone too?
I think Beto been stepped.
He out. He 47, 6'4".
That nigga tall.
He very tall. He don't be using that to his advantage. Who else running?
Well, Kamala gone.
Kamala gone. She 5'2". I'm taller than her. She 55. She look good. Who the one they say winning? Pete.
Mayor Pete.
Why he not? Did we already do him?
No.
Why he not on the list?
I don't know.
Let me get Mayor Pete's stats. Why they call him that? It's weird.
Because he's a mayor.
How do you say his last name?
Buttigieg.
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 The children.
Buttigieg.
Pete is 37. They don't got his height.
Mm-hmm.
He married to Chasten. He just got married to Chasten. Go ahead and hit that button. What Chasten look like? Ooh, Chasten. Chasten is 30.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, young self. He from Michigan.
Yeah.
He went to DePaul, Wisconsin, at that Ed Claire, whatever it's called, in Northwestern Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
He old Midwest.
Yeah.
Potato cornbread fed.
Yeah.
I might like Chase, but what's this?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
I don't know.
Okay. But is they problematic gay white men?
I don't know.
Because that is a strong category. They very close to white women in the running for being problematic. Gay white men. I'm just speaking the truth.
Mayor Pete do got this nigga with the Pembroke,
He got a
Harvard,
pedigree on him.
St. Joseph, and Harvard.
I bet
again.
he's saying, look at me now, bitches.
And this nigga got a book.
He cannot wait to come and stun on their ass.
The Shortest Way Home describes the life of Mayor Pete, his path.
Becoming the mayor of his hometown, South Bend, Indiana, and the action decision that he's made during his time in office. Oh, we'll stay tuned. Pete Buttigieg. What is it?
Buttigieg. I don't know.
I don't know how to say it. Okay.
Buttigieg.
All right. What else going on there?
We was having this conversation. It's almost going on 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
About like the sliders to like
Buttigieg. What is it?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
Yes, Tidge.
Booty itch.
No.
The kids are going to
Yes.
massacre this. The kids are going to massacre this in school. What is it called?
Booty. I can't. Cause you got me fucking that up.
What? What you want to say?
Booty itch. You don't have fucking nerves. You're my damn nerves, Naomi.
Now I hope I don't gotta meet Mayor Pete. They be like, Naomi, your job is to introduce President Buttigieg. Y'all better not drag me on flat Twitter.
Because you know Naomi is good for fucking up somebody's
You
name.
better hold me when I need help. You better protect black women.
They gonna drag you for filth. Fuck up Mayor Booty Itch. He got me fucking saying it. I can't stand
Can we
it.
get somebody to tell us how to say it?
I'm about to look it up.
Buttigieg. What is that nationality is that from?
Why?
All those consonants.
What you mean? There's a lot of vowels
Vowels
there.
and consonants back to back. Booty gig. I don't know how to pronounce the Gieg.
Jidge, like ledge.
Like jizz.
Like ledge.
Jidge.
Booty itch.
Jidge. What?
Booty itch.
Like ledge?
Yes.
And gedge?
Yes.
Booty gedge. Butty, is it butty gedge? What is it? Why add a D? Booty gig?
No.
What is it?
Booty cheek.
Booty cheek. How people haven't destroyed his name and they act like that's a common name?
I don't know.
And people act like they can't even say Kamala. It's like Kamala.
Kamala. Kamala.
And they can say booty catch.
How do you pronounce the name of the South Bend mayor who's a presidential hopeful? Well, let's listen to how he says it.
Buttigieg.
So it's not.
Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg.
It all boils down to the vowels.
Told you.
Buttigieg.
The vowel in the first syllable is not like boo, but like book. Book.
Book.
And the last syllable isn't the vowel like in judge,
Yeah.
but it's the unstressed I vowel like in steerage.
Steerage.
Idge. So not but
Buttigieg. Buttigieg.
Now,
Buttigieg.
let's talk consonants. The T is a flap T, which is normal for a T between vowels in American English. It sounds like the D.
Buttigieg.
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 And the G, is it a hard G like go?
No.
Or a soft G like judge?
Like I said.
Good. J.
Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg.
Hard G, not right. It's a soft G. Buttigieg.
Jidge.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. See? Buttigieg.
So that's how he says his own last name,
Yes.
but it sounds like he's pretty understanding about people just calling him Pete.
Yeah.
Mayor Pete.
That's
that's why we call him
that's
Mayor
how
Pete.
he's known.
That's it, and thanks so much
Thank
for
you, white
using
woman.
Rachel's English.
Thank you, Rachel English.
If you want to see
See,
Thank you, honey.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. I learned. I'm a good student. And I met that man. I'm like, booty kitch.
You still Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. I can say that.
Yes.
Buttigieg.
Exactly.
Got it. I'm a quick learner. I'm swift. I'm smarter than the average bear.
Okay.
All right. Now, what was we talking about? Buttigieg. That's a tough one.
It is. So we was talking about a few weeks ago. We was talking about this whole thing of like living your best life, and like me and Naomi was having this conversation. It's like, are you living your best life? And I was like, yeah. When you think of the sliders, I think out of the sliders, I think I'm living the best life.
Sliders.
And Naomi was like, what the fuck you mean sliders?
Ain't nobody told me about no sliders.
And I was like, the sliders of life that, if you got the sliders on the right way, the right combination of sliders, like the little light to come on that says like you living your best life.
And it's not necessarily all of them have to be at 100.
Yeah.
Or in the same place at one time.
And so, this is like a very ad hoc type of thing. I might need to write a book on this. Don't y'all niggas steal this. This is copyrighted. Black Love Matters
Hush, Mapes.
with no K. Mabel, if you don't fuck up. But like the sliders of life. And like the things that I came up with during this conversation was like, you got like the work/finance slider. I don't know if those two things should be separate. Like maybe a work life slider versus like a finance slider. But most niggas work so they can have finance.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
I think
those
it should
two
be pulled
things out. So maybe it's a work and a finances slider.
Yes.
You got like a personal slider. And then that also includes like a family slider. So that's like your relationship with your family or your kids or, whether you are fulfilled in that family slider. And then you also got friends.
Yes.
That's self-explanatory. And then like this other one, I didn't know what to call it, but it's like the things that fill you up / bring you joy. And like those, when you make up all those things in these combinations, like something should turn on a light that says you're living your best life. What do you think, Naomi?
No, I agree with that. I don't think I've taken the time to like unpack it, or I didn't take the time to receive that all those sliders can be in different places for you to have a winning combination.
Yeah.
I think all the time we want to see this. I think perfection kills joy, and done is better than perfect. And so many times we're striving for perfection in each of these categories instead of seeing them as sliders that you actually can play with, go back and forth, and be flexible with. I think it just makes your life a lot more fluid, and it was just a refreshing way to think about it.
Yeah.
What about you? How do you place your sliders? I need to think about it. I don't know how I would place my sliders right now. Or priority, or when you think about it, how do you do it?
Well, sliders probably go like 1 to 10. And I say like work slider, I think that's around like a 7. It's above. Finances is around like 5 to 6. Personal, that's around like a 6 to 7. Maybe about 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
Family, that's like I would say 8-ish. Friends, it's about an 8, 9-ish. And like things that bring me joy, that's like all the way turned up. That's like a 10.
Right. So when you have it broken down in that way, do you focus on areas you're doing really well in, or the areas you want to improve on, or do you just use it as like a landscape as you're thinking and navigating like day to day, weekly, monthly, yearly?
And you just use it as a landscape because the thing is like you can't have like everything be at a 10, but also like trying to figure out like how do you keep on that living your best life light on?
Like balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we learn that balance. And sometimes like balance doesn't mean like everything's like equally all the way down the middle. It just means like there's enough to keep the light on.
Yeah. I see it also as a place to see if things are out of sync for too long. So, or to see the discrepancies. So if you have anything at 1 or 2, and it's consistently been at 1 or 2, and something's at 10, are those in inverse relationship to each other? Like you might be 10 here in your personal life, but your work or finances is at a 1 or 2. So that doesn't mean you need to turn down in other aspects, so you can then turn up and be more balanced in other areas. So that also seems like a just something to flag. to be aware of and getting.
What's your
the normal.
sliders?
I'm not sure. Like work, finance, I probably would separate those out, but I probably put those at about 7 or 8. Personal, that's probably lower. That's probably like a 4 or 5. Like I need to just get clear. Like I feel like I have a lot of noise that I need to clear out. Family, I would say that's probably a 5 or a 6. Friends, same thing. I feel like I'm finally coming out of this cave where I've been for like months and months, even years, where it's like I'm really trying to reconnect and find out what's my place in people in lives and how that relationship has shifted and evolved. And I think I get stuck a lot on nostalgia and mourning what was instead of looking forward at what could be or where we're at right now. And then things that fill you up, bring you joy. I don't know. That's a question mark. I feel like I've been so distracted with the other sliders that I haven't had space to really figure out what fits in that category. So that's almost a question mark, if not 0.
So if it's question mark, it's 0.
Oh, okay. So thank you. So I plan on, unpacking that.
So is your
2020.
based off of your sliders? Is your light on?
My light is not on. It might flicker when the wind blows.
Oh,
Like, when the wind blows, and it'll be like, oh, I think maybe. So, but it's close to being on. Like, I have moments where I'm like, yeah, I'm in my zone. I'm in my pocket. This feels good. And other moments, I look around and be like, is this the Twilight Zone? Where's Dr. Manhattan? Like, anyway, so I have these shifts and back and forth of feeling I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, in on the right path. Then there's other moments where I don't even feel connected to my own skin. They're like, what the fuck? Who am I? Who is you? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? So I just need to close that gap a little bit.
gotcha.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Nice. But y'all let us know how y'all sliders of life looking. What is your kind of the end of the year thoughts and reflections that you got going on?
All right. You want to do some shout out Friday?
Yeah, shout out Friday. As always, tell folks how they can get up on here now.
Just some trouble like I'm gonna say like love
What?
story. I almost did the outro.
I literally told you what to do.
I know, but I'll just be so trained just to do that outro. So leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. And if they 5 stars, we read them out loud. If they 5 stars.
We read feedback.
Alrighty.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, you want
So
to.
this one is Hooked by Tiff B426. It says, I started listening to your podcast not too long ago, and I have to say I've been hooked ever since. I love listening to you guys, and I enjoy all of the various topics you guys discuss. I always feel so inspired by the connection you both share with each other, and I can only hope that one day I share this with someone. Y'all keep it real and raw, and I look forward to hearing more episodes, and I wish you both the best. Much love from Colorado.
Oh shit!
Thank you, sis. That was great.
It's blacks in Colorado.
Yes.
Go figure. Well, I guess.
Yeah, of course it is.
All right. So we got some emails. We got one from Tara. It says, "Hey again, sorry. Said, hey y'all, sorry about this being a long email. We are friends in my head, so I just want to see if we think about this. I'm 28. My boyfriend is
What? Break up with them. I'm quoting the founders of Black Podcasting, Crystal and Kid Fury. The answer is break up with them.
I'm 20.
From the first sentence. Read the first sentence again.
God damn.
Read the first sentence.
Which one? Hey y'all, I'm sorry
Yep.
about this long email.
Yep. Keep going.
We are best friends in my head, so
Great.
I wanted to see
What y'all think about
what y'all
this.
think about this.
Yep. And it says what?
I'm 28. My boyfriend is soon to turn
Break
40.
up with them. Don't need to read no more.
Not me.
Okay, we'll see if I go. Go ahead.
When we met, he told me that he had never given much thought about to being married.
He probably already been married twice.
That was fine with me because I've been married before and don't necessarily need that again in order to be committed.
Gotcha.
Anyway, lately he's been talking about it a lot and even said he almost bought a ring. And you about to tell this woman break up with this
No. No grown nigga in his 40s talk about he almost bought a ring. Miriam, you're younger than that. Do you almost buy a ring? You either buying it or you're not.
You know, you go to the mall sometimes and you walk by Zales and
I
you're
almost
like,
bought a Rolex.
you walk by Zales, you're like, ooh, maybe I should.
No.
Every kiss
He
begins
gassing
with
you.
K.
He gassing you. Keep going. He gassing you, sis.
We are in the process of getting a place together, and I know
Make sure you got both y'all names on the lease.
he will be proposing soon.
Don't count on it. I don't think he is.
I asked him how is he suddenly so pressed to being married when it was previously not something he cared about.
Is he sick?
He said, "When you know, you know." He owns a successful business, great relationship with his kids and mine. So there's nothing making me question him besides the fact that so much marriage talk has been new for him.
Yeah.
I guess I'm thinking that maybe he is being driven by approaching milestones.
50.
Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Nigga turning 40. Stupid.
What?
50, yeah.
Something in the milk ain't clean.
You still say break up with him?
Okay. That is extreme.
You gonna tell Tara to break up with her man?
I'm not telling her to break up with him. I'm telling her to be wary and to just to take her time. Unless it's honestly, no, you're young. I was gonna say unless you want to have another kid. But you niggas can pop out babies till you die. So you still got time. How long have you been together? Was that in there?
No.
I worry if this is under a year. If you're gonna move in together, that's fine. You know, get y'all a lease or you're buying a home because it's easier to split a house than split a divorce and assets and property and kids and all that. I guess my thing is I would just take it easy. I would still go through the process. So if he proposed, you love him, sis, fine. But still go through your marriage therapy and counseling. Go through all your finances. Go through all of that stuff before you're doing it. I guess my advice for you is not to rush it. If you love him and he's this great man, and sometimes you do just know, and you want to make your life changes, that's fine. But I would just say make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, and you don't be rushed into this. And also make sure you want to get married. If you don't want to get married, you don't have to get married, sis, and you can easily tell him that. But if you feeling it, you having to change your heart too, I would just go through the motions. I would like, cool, I would like us to do therapy for X amount of months. I would love us to go talk to a financial advisor together and put all our finances and debt on the table. You mentioned you had kids. How old is these children? How old is these children? Where are these children going to be living? What's your relationship with your BD? What's his relationship with his BM? Like all those things. Also, I would go get a whole round of health checkups. I'm not saying you don't be with no one through sickness and health, but it's good to know what you're getting into.
Fucking
What? What?
You go get all your health checkups.
Her too. You don't know. Because the way you got to set up your life might be a little bit different. So I would just say make sure that stuff is tight. I'm not going to say not to leave. But now if you start getting pushback on that type of basic stuff, just getting your house in order, then sis, tread lightly. Tread lightly and then decide what you need to do. I just say really take your time, dot your I's, cross your T's, because you young. She 28.
Well, she about to approach a milestone too.
Child, 30 young. I'm young. What all y'all? We spring chickens. But he about to hit 50.
That nigga is not about to hit 50.
But sis, that's my advice. So if he's willing to take his time, go through all the steps and motions with you, make sure all your comments and concerns is addressed. Just make sure y'all just really tight and just on the same page. He's a little older. What his retirement look like? Where does he want to live? He in his 40s also. Not only does he have the responsibility of his kids, see if his baby mama crazy, but he might have the responsibility of parents to take care of a little bit sooner than you. Or vice versa. Maybe you do. Like those are things that will make or break a relationship. So I would just get crystal clear on that type of stuff. But since you already know this stuff, you've been married. What's the shit made you leave that other nigga? Make sure all those things are dotted and checked and crossed and signed in blood before you move forward. You know the game. Signed in blood. You know the game. So go ahead and all those things addressed, great, be married. But if you have any tinkling in the back of your head, no. No. You see what blessings happened to Cassie? She was with Diddy for 10 years and found her forever in 3 months. And got a baby and thriving. Hey. With a billionaire. That's my advice. Neon, what's your advice? Get your health checked up.
It was a lot.
Get the blood work.
I would say follow some of Naomi's advice.
Why you say some of it?
You ain't got to break up with him.
I didn't tell her to do that.
But should you be dotting your I's and crossing your T's? Yes, you should.
And be transparent with him in the conversation. Like, I ain't saying do it sneaky. I'll be straight up to be like, at first you weren't saying it, now you are, and I appreciate you said the Lord spoke to you at the altar, and I am the one. But since I am the one, I just want us to make sure we're completely on the same page, and there's nothing hiding in the shadows. Like Lady God and them said.
Okay.
And what else, Neron? What else advice you got? From a male perspective. Can you just shift? I never heard of a man just thinking about a ring, though. I don't know if I like that language.
yeah.
Or you telling me, like, what do you mean you grown? You gonna do it or not?
He probably already
Put
did
your
it.
whole ass in it.
He probably already did it and trying to put the bug in your ear to get your ass prepared because, yeah.
What you
he
thought
been
you were gonna be like, nigga, will you take it back?
Yeah. So he,
Nyambi, take it back.
this nigga trying to put some feelers out there
Yeah.
just to test.
Okay.
Test the water, see what the initial reaction is. Maybe this nigga nervous.
At 40?
Yes. Niggas still be nervous at 40.
Do you like him, sis? Actually, no. Do you love him? Whatever that pause was, go with that. If there's any hesitation, run. Anything else?
No. We got one from Petey. Subject is Jesus is King. She said I listened to this album on its
Christmas Day
release.
Okay.
And envisioned Nyambi's catching the Holy Ghost when Total Praise came on.
Kanye did not add total praise to
Yeah,
it.
he did.
Kanye is trolling me.
I hate to like anything Kanye, but putting out that was a masterful manipulation. Happy holidays. My wife and I truly enjoy listening to you and wish y'all nothing but just blessings.
Kanye gonna stop trolling me.
Are you gonna listen to it?
No. And just because I said no now don't mean forever.
Oh,
But I am not in the space where me and Kanye are friends right now.
you know?
No.
You don't want to hear a little taste of
I
it?
will listen to the original Total Praise. What is we got any more comments?
You don't want to listen to the Kanye version?
No, don't put that on.
Oh,
I don't want to hear a Kanye version of Total Praise. What he remix it with?
I don't know.
Where them dollars at?
Maybe.
See, that's where it'd be too much. The remix.
Oh,
Anything else? We got any more Shout Out Fridays near?
nah.
Okay, close us on out.
As always, to submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kendra Table Talk, shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com. And to send us a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud. We got that voicemail. And that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember, love is ever evolving. Peace.